He drove slower than usual that evening, the hum of the tires against the wet asphalt matching the quiet inside his chest. His daughter would be waiting, but for some reason he didn't rush. When he saw the girl sitting by the roadside, her shoulders shaking, he almost passed by. He'd learned that some pain wasn't meant to be approached. But something about the way she held her face, half hidden and trembling, made him pull over. He stepped out, unsure what to say, the air thick with the smell of rain. She didn't look up when he asked if she was all right. Her voice cracked when she said, "I'm fine," which was enough for him to know she wasn't. He offered a jacket from his back seat. She hesitated before taking it, her hands cold and small. When she finally spoke, words spilled out between breaths. She'd caught her fiancé with her best friend that morning. She'd driven until the car broke down, until she broke down too. He didn't try to comfort her with advice, he simply listened. She talked about betrayal, how it numbed her, how she felt stupid for not seeing it coming. He said very little, only that it hurts most when love turns its back. She looked at him then, eyes swollen, searching for truth. He met her gaze briefly, long enough for something wordless to pass between them, an understanding born of familiar wounds. He helped push her car off the shoulder, called a tow, and waited until the driver arrived. When she thanked him, her voice was quieter, steadier. "You're the first person who didn't try to fix me," she said, wrapping his jacket closer. He didn't answer. He only nodded and watched her fade into the dimness, the reflection of her tears flickering in his side mirror as he drove away, carrying her sadness like it had always belonged to him. Weeks passed before he saw her again. She came quietly, standing at the edge of his small workshop while he worked beneath a car. Her voice was soft when she said her vehicle needed a check, though he noticed nothing was wrong with it. He wiped his hands, offered a tired smile, and asked if she'd been all right. She said she'd been trying, that some days were heavier than others. He understood that kind of weight. They talked while he worked, about his daughter, school drop-offs, sleepless nights, and the way grief sometimes sneaks up in moments that should feel ordinary. She listened closely, the same way he had weeks ago, and somehow their silences spoke louder than their words. When the job was done, she lingered. She thanked him, again, this time for listening. He didn't expect her to come back later that week with dinner packed neatly in a paper bag. She said it was nothing, just gratitude. But when they sat across from each other, the air shifted. She spoke about her broken engagement like it was someone else's story, and he told her about losing his wife, about the years spent pretending it didn't still hurt. Her eyes softened, not with pity but with recognition. For the first time in a long while, he felt seen. Silence settled between them, fragile and warm. He caught himself thinking how easily understanding could turn into something else, something dangerous. She must have felt it too because she looked away quickly, saying, "Maybe we're both just lonely." He agreed quietly. When she left, her smile was faint, her eyes uncertain. He watched her drive into the rain until her taillights disappeared. His daughter's voice called from the other room, pulling him back. He exhaled slowly, realizing healing sometimes stood too close to temptation.